Hi everyone, once again back to my new episode. In this episode, we have Ayushi Singh with us. So before starting, let me introduce about Ayushi. Ayushi is an entrepreneur, public speaker, and an author. She has written more than 3+ novels. Apart from that, this year she has been awarded for the Global Leadership Excellence Award from the IS officer IRA Single, New Delhi. If I keep saying, her introduction will never end. So, hi Ayushi, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm really humbled, Shubham, for this wonderful introduction. And hi everyone, of my age, and namaste to all elder to me. Thank you for watching the show. We are definitely going to have a wonderful journey ahead.
Yeah, it's great to have you here, Ayushi. First of all, I would say.
Likewise.
Okay, so how's life going on?
Well, it's life. It's never easy. Sometimes it's roller coaster. Sometimes it's smooth. So right now it's smooth.
It's smooth. Okay, so that's great.
Yeah.
So let's start with the questions. Okay, so my first question, which generally I ask to everyone, so like how it all started, how you fall into this career. Can you give us a brief background about yourself from the very beginning?
Well, yes, for sure. Uh, I was born with a silver spoon, honestly speaking, because I come from a background where education is the highest priority. My both parents are professors. My whole family background is a kind of achiever, I would like to say. But making your own identity in this competitive kind of environment is also equally important and very essential too. So I started with the normal lifestyle, good above average student. I'll not say I was meritorious, but yes, I was hardworking. And then I realized that I have to make an identity of myself in this world, and doing things in a normal way will not work for sure. So I started with introspection, what I can do, in which field I am good at, and what are my weaknesses. So it started from here. And then I started liking to express myself, okay, be it in vocal form or in written form. Then I realized that I'm very good with words and expressions too. So I entered into the field of writing, and gradually it became.
So when you realize that,
stepping stones. Yeah, sorry.
so when you realize that you are very good with words.
Well, it was at the age of 13 when I realized that I can be a writer. Yeah.
Okay. So then moving forward, like how you came into business world and how you started your own entrepreneurship. That's also I just want to know. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So writing was initially very good and helpful for me. Then like any other students, I started pursuing my career into corporate field and masters too. I realized that my thought process is somewhat like of a business person. So I started to explore. I started to study. So if all the students and youngsters and aspiring and entrepreneurs who are watching, I would like to say, first study, analyze the situation, go into the marketplace, experience, and then establish a company of your own. Because a tag of CEO and founder sounds very good, but it's a big deal. About my entrepreneur journey, well, I would like to say that I started studying, analyzing, and then I came into the market and executed this project that is of establishing a company. So you have to first understand what is the market demand, who are the target audience, and then only you can start a business. It's not all colorful world. It requires a lot of studying and analysis and hard work. Yeah.
I see. So that's the whole story of your journey. Okay. So while I was just talking to you, I got to know like you have switched to many profiles as well. So what was the reason? Like there are a lot of people like who get confused, okay, that we don't need to switch, and there's a lot of people who think कि हमें ऐसा करना चाहिए. So what's your takeaway on this? How do you think like whether we have to move the things as per our own experience, what we felt right, or like how you think on this?
Yeah, well, the problem is we go with the flow, okay, but we don't realize actually our skills. A company will hire you according to your particular skill set and the type of interview you will, present, the type of personality you will present. But ideally, most of the time, people are much more than what they expect and what they present. So yes, I switched into many profiles and companies too. The reason was I was not happy working there, and I'm an explorer kind of personality. I realized it, and I cannot do a template-based work always. So many of the people, they'll go to the office, they'll crib about their work, and one day in life they'll say that "Jo hua acha nahi hua," right? So this is not
Yeah,
the way you
exactly.
should live your life. Okay,
Exactly. There are a lot
so
of my
you
friends
should.
are, like that way. So they are saying, "Oh my God,
Yes.
what the shit is
No, we
happening
did
with
the
me?"
same thing.
Yeah.
Even we did the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, it's very important to introspect. Yeah.
Okay. So moving to my next question. Okay, so you have, introduced yourself up very well, like how it all started, what made you, think writing is your career. Now, while you were in your this journey, what exactly the most exciting chapter of your life? That is one thing. And second thing, what was your, most worst chapter, I would say, and how you overcome from that challenge? Like, I just want to know the both angle, and so that we all can get something from there. Yeah.
Yes. Most embarrassing chapter was the fear to lose a job or to
Mm-hmm.
stay unemployed. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
once you start earning, you know your wings open up.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, you need a job anyhow. So you
Mm-hmm.
try to adjust into that situation. But again, there is something going in your mind that no, you have to explore more. That was the
Mm-hmm.
worst chapter when I suffered a period of unemployment because I was not clear in which job position or company I should apply to. Okay. It
Mm-hmm.
was not that I was not getting jobs, but I was not
Mm-hmm.
happy. The frequent switching and all was a big question in my resume. So that was the most embarrassing situation in my life. But the most positive was the other side of the coin. Opportunities were many. All I
Mm-hmm.
had to do was to understand and train myself accordingly what I want. So
Mm-hmm.
the problem was not with the world, the problem was with me because I was not getting clear what I should do. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was the main issue.
Yeah, so that's what, make me also realize, like, I was just reading one of the book where we have, mentioned what exactly you all have to start with, reason why. Okay, we all have to ask why we are doing this. Okay, and sometimes people
Right.
think, okay, if they are getting anything, they are said, okay, I'll do this. But we have to finally, ask yourself why you are doing this. So if you are asking, if you are want to become a, writer, or if you want to become a anything in your life, okay, if you want to become a actor, so is this something you are influenced with the actor, that's why you want to become an actor, or is it something like that is coming from inside yourself? Okay, I just want to become, this way, just because this is something related a purpose of myself, because I'm very good, I'm very talented on this, so that's why I'm just joining, and that is something which gives me some kind of interest, right? So there are a lot of people, they started doing something else just because the other people are doing. So rather than doing this, I think, like, the way we all have to choose is all about to always find why, or why to find the purpose, what exactly we can do the better option. So yeah, even everyone feels, such kind of problem. So yeah, so you have, very well explained. Now moving to my next question. Okay, so we all know, like, you are a writer, okay, and you have written more than 3+ novels. I've already read Your Childs of True Lovers, and that was, absolutely awesome book, to be very honest. So I just want to know, like, from your perspective, being as a writer, how can anyone, if someone wants to pursue their career in writing, what sort of advice you want to give that person? And from the very beginning, if suppose I also want to be a writer, how can I, can I manage my professional work as well, and I can become a writer? So that's what, I just want to know the basic steps to become a writer. Yeah.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you so much for your appreciation. I would like to take a little pause here and I'd like to say to the audience that Shubham is in himself a very talented person. And if he is appreciating my book, then definitely there is something. And thank you for that, Shubham, mean a
Yeah.
lot. About the writing journey, well, if you want to be a writer, you have to understand the genre in which you can write. I have many friends who have published their books, but not a single book sold in the market. The reason was, number one, the grammar issues. The language that you are using, be it Hindi, English, or any other language, the grammar and the content should be very clean. So proofreading is very important. The second part is the genre in which you are planning to write. Okay, if you are writing in a particular genre in which people don't understand, right? They are not interested in that particular field, then of course no one will read your book. Okay, so you have to understand the genre and the demand in the audience. The third part is the proofreading and the look and feel of the book. You have to sell the book, okay? And by selling, I mean you need to find the readers. I'm not talking about the monetary aspect. I'm talking about if a piece of content is not read, it becomes a history. It becomes faded, okay? It's nothing. So you have to understand that if you are not writing for yourself, that is your diary, then you should write for the audience. Then only you can be a successful writer. Otherwise, all your efforts and money will be a waste.
Okay, so first thing is all about our language. Language barrier is one of the things which you have to be, make sure that in which direction you are writing, you should be very perfect in that language, right? Either it's a Hindi, either it's a English, that doesn't matter. And you have to always know who's your targeted audience, and according to that you just need to read that kind of mindset, and then according to you have to write that. I think, and like being as a writer, I just want to know from your side, what is your favorite book? So what's your favorite book you have read and you think like that has impacted in your life?
Honestly, I like adventure, and my favorite books are most written by Dan Brown. Okay, so if you have read Angels and Demons and similar books, it's all about suspense and mystery. So I like those kind of books. I'm not into romantic world. I don't like romance because it is very predictable, honestly speaking. Okay, or tragic or too much predictable. So I like adventure content. So yes, he's one of the. Paulo is another. He writes inspirational book. They are the two.
So any book you can recommend?
Well, you heard from me in few seconds ago, Angels and Demons, which I have read
Angels
recently.
and Demons. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So about myself, so I'm not much of the very good reader, I would say, but I read whenever I get some time, because my things are also but busy. But I've read one of the greatest book so far is all about The Alchemist, which I really like that book, The Alchemist.
Oh, nice.
So the kind of story.
Dear audience, it. Yes. Alchemist is
good. So now moving to next question, Ayushi, we know you are also I was just checking your background, so I also get to know you are also a psychologist expert as well. So you have different things on your background. So being as a psychologist expert, do you think you get an advantage to know the person well, to know what exactly the things are going on in their mind, or something if we say in terms of knowing the person in a more as compared to a normal person? Do you think is it something which exists if you are a psychologist expert?
Well, if you know me well, if you try to search about me, I am always dealing into public domain. I'm always dealing with people. Okay. So be it by writing, be it by public speaking or business, I have to deal with people. If you are living in this world, you have to deal with people, your colleagues, your family members, or anyone. So knowing a person will definitely give you a positive aspect of understanding the psychology of the person, dealing with that person, and there will be lesser conflicts. And mark my words, it's really helpful art. Everyone should do it.
I see. So do you think if I also learn this art, psychology, being as a psychology expert, so my chances of impressing a girl would be more? Do you think
of course. Why not? Well, you have a handsome face, a great personality. Girls will be behind you.
I see. So I need to do this course, I think so. I have to do. So now, Ayushi, I'm just moving to my final question. So Yeah, you have something to say?
Yes, thank you. Just before moving ahead, I would request you to tell us about three career paths that you told me a few days ago that people often choose. And let me give a basic context about it. So, dear friends, we had a discussion regarding career and the categories of career. Shubham told me three wonderful categories about people who choose their career and their psychology behind it. So I would request Shubham to please express it and tell us about it. Yeah,
Like, see, this
Shubham.
is not something, came across or something where I read something. This is what I've, personally experienced, Ayushi. And I was just telling you, like, we all choose our career in three ways or three directions, and that all came across because, I used to discuss a lot, in terms of career, in terms of, finding the purpose, in terms of knowing the truth of life. So that's what, my discussion goes on with my friend and all. So, one day I was just talking to my friend, and finally I came to this point. Like, he was asking me, like, Shivam, how can we choose a, career? Like, what exactly the purpose of life, or how can we find the purpose of life? Okay. So then I was just thinking, like, how can anyone choose their career, right? So then I thought, like, there were three types of, people, and there are the three ways they all choose their career. Okay. The first people are those like who born with some kind of talent, like for example like Sachin Tendulkar, okay, and Virat Kohli. So they're born with a gifted talent like Lata Mangeshkar. Okay, so they know like what exactly they have to do. They are very good in singing. They know they are very good in batting skills. So they know they have to pursue this career as well, and they have to reach their best level. Okay, so they made a legacy. Okay, so these are the first type of person. Then second person comes are those who choose their career on the basis of whatever their parents are saying, and whatever their friends are saying. So it's all about the game of manipulation or something. Like, if I'm just watching any drama, okay, I got influenced from that actor. Okay, this is what this guy is doing, it's looking cool, so I'm going to do this. Okay, I just saw the drama. Okay, and I just had a conversation with my friend. Okay, you are joining a government, and he said me, okay, government job is very safe and all. So I thought, okay, now let's go for a government. Okay, and one more example I just want to give you. While I was having a discussion with my friend, so he did a graduation. Okay, and when I asked him, so like what exactly he's doing right now, so he said me like, Shum, I'm preparing for IS exam. Okay, for government services, civil services. So I said like, why? Because I never during the college days you never talked about this thing that you should prepare for the civil service and all. So he said me, no, I'm just preparing because so I asked him like what exactly the reason. So he told me like my most of the family members are from from the government background. Like my my brother is an income tax officer. My father was BHL retired officer. So I also my family wants me as well to pursue in the same direction. So these are the second type of person, like who choose their things just because of the manipulation, just because of their family background, just because whatever they want to do. Now the third category is all about the people who just find their purpose of their life. They are they are not much talented, but they are still trying, juggling, doing something else, putting themselves in different category, trying that if that works for them and that category works. So those are the people, like they try and do the thing. So if you say like, Shum, can you give us example? So I think like for me the best example is all about the Akshay Kumar. Okay, we all know like how he started his career, doing a waitering job, then learning martial art. Okay, so he find next option for him, then he found the acting as an opportunity for him. But he started acting, he got this opportunity, he started working on that. So those are the people who make something bigger in their life, and we all know he's ruling the Bollywood today. So that's what I think, and I'm sure like I explained it in a well manner. So yeah, this is what I think, because I'm not sure, like I'm not a writer, I'm not a very psychology expert or something, but everyone has their own experience, everyone has their own way of experiencing the life. uh, for some it works, for some it doesn't. So yeah, that's what I would say. So now so now moving to my final question to you, Ayushi. So like
Well, thank you, Shubham. And I just wanted the audience to listen to it because it was very precious, and I also lived from this. So it's a very good categorization. Well noted. Thank you.
yeah, so thanks, Ayushi, for this. And now moving to my final question, Ayushi. So like we have seen, everyone has their own experience, as I said to you. Okay. And we all say the things as per our experience. So I just want to know from your side, what are the 5 things you want to say, like that you have been faced so far in your journey, and you want to give as an advice to all the corporate, to all the students, or to everyone. Okay. So as per your a good piece of advice. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is never stop to learn. Okay, be whatever age, be whatever field, never ever stop to learn. Grab knowledge, grasp knowledge, and observe things. That will help you a lot to learn. First. Second one is don't care about the people. I'm not saying to be rude or careless or very egoist, but people will always say good or bad. That's the tendency and nature of people. You have to be very clear in your head what you want in life. Okay, so people will always say it depends on you how you take it. So don't be drowned in negative thoughts. Second thing. Third, don't be over positive. Okay, there are many people who are sharing motivational lectures and speeches, and we might get high on positivity, but don't lose the practical aspect too. You are creating your own life story, you are learning from that, and you know what are the pros and cons of particular step or action you will take. So you have to be very clear about it, that over positivity is also a dreamy thing. It's not real.
Yeah.
You have to be very practical. Okay.
Exactly.
The fourth aspect that I would like to say is you have to be consistent. Okay, I have seen many people who think that let's start learning guitar. They will start for first few weeks and then they'll leave it. Okay, the guitar is always there. It's getting rusted, and you never learn the music. So if you are starting anything, take it for long or don't take it at all. Okay,
Yeah,
you are just
exactly.
wasting your time, efforts, and money.
So the
Yeah.
last point which you have
And the fifth,
you said, yeah, the point which you have said about the consistent. So like when someone asks me what exactly the definition of ABC, I say always be consistent. So that is
right,
something which is very, very
no,
important in terms of whether you are playing
right,
guitar or whether you are going for hitting a gym or anything. If you want to improve, you should be learn the ABC. Always be
right.
consistent. Yeah. Now your
Consistent.
final. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the fifth point and the most important point is more than theories, you learn from experiences. Okay.
Exactly.
So there are many people who will tell you about ye karo, wo karo, do that, do this. I have experienced it. I have not experienced it. Well, they have their own set of experiences. Book
Exactly.
have their own set of experiences because jo writer ne dekha, whatever they have felt and realized, they have written in the book, right? So you have to understand that more than theories, you learn from real world. So get out and speak up.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Yeah, so we have seen on the YouTube like 50 ways to become the best.
Yes.
15 life lessons, 15 life lesson you have to learn.
Right,
So those are the
right,
lessons
right.
that are from their own experience. They are not, going to work for you because everyone has their own way of
Right.
doing their stuff, doing your own experience. So don't need to be, so much focus on that YouTube. We are giving 30 ways of to become the super excited and all. Just learn from your experience, do the things on your own stuff, and
Yes.
see like how the things
So
going to be
true.
work for you. Yeah. So that's all
Yes.
we have for today, everyone. Thanks for joining me on this podcast, Ayushi. Everyone, stay smart, stay wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.